channel. Yesterday, I went on this little binge, this little experiment of potting soil. I had learned that using a mineral potting soil was really good for the fig trees. So off we went, and I started out with the Perlite and the Pumice and the pine bark mulch, and I mixed these three together and potted some of my trees. You saw me butcher one of my little cuttings, basically just rinse that guy off. It was really, I shouldn't have done that. Nonetheless, one of my viewers pointed out that one of the things I should have added, and I noticed that as well, that it was raining very fast, and that's a concern. One of the things I should have added was peat moss. So off we went, added peat moss to this mix, and I did a few of those. And the same gentleman, and I thank him, mentioned to watch Gary's gardening channel, and I watched that, and this guy was talking about how don't use any wood chips. So his formula actually was 35% peat moss and 30% pumice and 20% perlite, and he also added sand. He bought sand, washed sand, and he added the charcoal. So we did one of those. So we did 3 different potting soils, and I want to show you the results. Actually, let me show you what happens to a tree when you wash it, like I did that little cutting. This was potted in that first potting mix, the one with pine bark, perlite, and pumice, and this Chicago Hardy didn't like what I did to it. And folks, I want you to know that I would never take these trees here and wash off their roots like I did that little cutting. Fig trees don't like that. Their roots are so delicate, it will harm them. And I'll be honest with you, I expected every one of the trees that I did yesterday got a little, look at that, little mole. He likes my yard. I guess I got worms in here. And I expected every one of them to die, but they didn't. They didn't. And I want to show you. I want to show you. Come take a look. So let's start with this guy here. I think he's a Beers Black. I'm not sure. These are one of the cuttings I just kind of threw in a pot. He's done with that first mix I mentioned. Just doing great. Onwards we go. This is a Col de Dam. I did the same thing. I washed it out. These are like 3-month-old cuttings and air layers. It's happy. The one I really want to show you is the one I told you I expected it to die. It's doing well there. Here's this little baby sister, and it's doing good. And what I really want to show you is this I-258. You guys, if you go back and look at my video from yesterday, you'll see this guy's leaves were all down like this. And look at it, it's just reaching to the sky now. I haven't had trees in my green room reach for the sky like that, ever. Check this one out. And then look at this guy. All of these were done with that very light mix. And I gotta tell you, I'm noticing these trees really like this dry mix where there's just no water staying. Look at the black Madeira. I had to build up courage to do this little guy. And look at it, happy. This one here as well, happy. This was a cutting that you'll see that I mentioned yesterday. I did a lot of the ones that were suffering in my room here because I want to see how that mix does for them. And another example is the Celeste. And you guys know I'm an experimenter, so I end up really harming my trees a lot of times and trying to rejuvenate this Celeste here. And it got potted in the same soil. I'm gonna see how it responds to that. So then the next step was to add the peat moss. So I went ahead and I did 4 with the added peat moss. I did this guy here, and I believe this is a, I think I labeled this one. This is a Peter's Honey, I think. I'm not sure. And I also did this guy here, and I did this one here. And you can see they're happy as well. But I want to show you the I-258. So this is the baby sister of this tree with its leaves standing up. And it got air layered at the same time. And I thought, let's see what happens when we add the peat moss to it. Its leaves isn't screaming up to the sky, but it's happy. And so the peat moss didn't make them unhappy, but it definitely added moisture. If you come and take a look here, you can see the drain hole. It's nice and moist. When you come and look at, and it's actually seems moist in there as well, but you just cannot feel much wetness. Actually, it's still a little wet, so I can feel the wetness in there, but still this mixture isn't going to hold water that well. So I put it out in the hot sun. It's 30 degrees Celsius, 80 Fahrenheit and above, 85. These trees need to be watered 2-3 times a day. So the peat moss will allow me to do that. And then from there, I mentioned to you that I watched that gentleman and he was mentioning the sand formula. And so we did these guys. This one here is a Ronde de Bordeaux. I really was hesitant to do this guy, but it's doing really good. This one here is a yellow long neck, and it's doing well. The medium is actually, let's take a look here. You can see it's quite wet. So these trees in this medium, let me see if I can feel it here. You can see it's really wet. Their roots are sitting in wetness, and you can see even the bottom here. So we're gonna see how they respond to that. And this is Col de Dam. This guy's just waking up, and it's doing really good. I'll show you the last one that I did with that soil mix. This was a happy tree yesterday. It's a Col de Dam as well. This is the sand mixture, and it is happy as a cat. I have to tell you folks, I think that based on this, I'm gonna go with the no organic matter at all in the mix. And the next step is to see how we're gonna fertilize these, how they're gonna take outside, how the watering is gonna be. I'm not gonna repot these that were done in that pure, just easy draining mixture. I got to figure out how to leave them in the greenhouse or put an irrigation system on them. So there you go, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.